Hey friends, thanks for tuning in to today's video. And before we get to the content we have for you today, I have a special announcement about an event that Cross My Heart Ministry is promoting and sponsoring here in our community. It's a prayer walk for our community children. It's a back to school prayer walk. We're going to be praying for children who go to public, private schools, even those who are home educated. And so this has just sort of come up very organically. The Lord gave me this idea. I found some local sponsors who are coming alongside and helping me. So if you live in my town, if your zip code is 72761 or in the surrounding areas, I want to invite you to join me on Saturday morning, August 10th at 9 a.m. These are the t-shirts that the first 100 people in attendance will receive thanks to my sponsors. We'll have 100 water bottles as well. I'm going to spend some time very briefly when we come together to explain what prayer walking is and to cast a vision for how you can allow what you see to prompt you how to pray. We're going to wear these bright yellow school bus collar t-shirts, and I invite you to find a t-shirt in your closet that is that color in case we run out. But then we're going to very quickly peel off and encourage the folks who show up to go to the school of their choice. Maybe it's a school that's close to their home, or it's a school where their grandchildren go, where their children attend, or it's a school that is hosted in the church. We have a couple of private schools here, and churches host those. And because I was a member of the homeschool community for so many years, I'm encouraging homeschoolers to join us and then to go and prayer walk around their homes as well. So we just want to be a praying community. I know all of us have our hearts just squeezed and frightened when we hear about yet another horrific tragedy on school campuses across the nation. And so this is me just being prompted by the Lord to take a preemptive strike and make a stand and to behave like we believe. As women of God, as people of God, this is an event that includes men and women of all ages. We say that we believe in prayer. We believe that God hears us when we pray. We come to Him with the burdens of our heart. And so this is an opportunity for us to take a stand for prayer and to say that our children, the children of the next generation, are worth it. We're going to pray for the children. We're also going to pray for those who parent them, those who teach them, coach, mentor, encourage, love, drive them, cook for them, and everything else. All these people in our community that are part of our children's lives, we want to pray for them as well as for our kiddos. If you live in Northwest Arkansas, Saturday morning, August 10th, and I chose that because it's the Saturday before our public schools begin. But also, even if you're a viewer and you live in Kentucky or Texas or Florida or Tennessee or Ohio, I hope that maybe you'll grab a hold of this idea and you'll go ahead and plan a little prayer walk in your community as well. It hasn't taken a lot to organize this, probably recruiting some people to help me with some monetary payment to help pay for the t-shirts was the biggest thing, but you wouldn't even have to do that. The most important thing is to pray. So I hope you'll come join me. I hope you'll consider doing it in your community. Thank you for indulging me with this little idea that the Lord has laid on my heart. And I hope that even if you're not participating in a formal prayer walk, that you will be praying for those in your community. So thanks for spending part of your time to listen to me. And now here's the content we're bringing for you today. Hey friends, welcome into Cross My Heart Ministry. It's a new month, and so our viewers know that means it's time for our free downloads. First up, I've got our monthly do-it list. This handy all-in-one page organizational tool helps you keep home clean and tidy. Many of you are familiar with this. If you're not, summer's a great time to give it a try. It's organized nicely into daily, weekly, and monthly tasks. And if you just sort of use this one-page tool, it's an easy way to sort of start checking off those boxes and kind of get your home in order. Rather than having one day to try to tackle everything, it sort of breaks things up nicely and neatly into doable bites, if you will. Also have a second free download for you today. So this is sort of a surprise, and I'm calling this the Before You Leave Town download. So here you go. It's a little handy checklist. I recommend printing this. We'll have a PDF below that you can click on and print your own, and maybe just tape it inside a cabinet door and give it a quick look before you leave town to travel on vacation or to be out of town for an extended few days. I'm just going to run through the 10 items on the list. This is sort of a checklist I've made for myself and for our family that's sort of been compiled over the years. And I sort of just run down through that mental checklist. But I also find it nice to have a written list for myself to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. So first up is to hold the mail. And you can do that by checking with your local post office or just go online and do that. It makes it super easy. They'll hold the mail for you there, and you don't have to worry about something getting stolen out of your mailbox or the mailbox getting overloaded or full. So that's number one. Number two is to make a plan for packages. Now, in the old days, most of our packages came through the mail, and if they're coming through the U.S. mail, they'll be held that way. But there are other services that deliver mail, and so I recommend making sure that you check to see on your Amazon list or someone else, have I ordered something that I'm expecting? Can I hold that? Can I make arrangements for someone else to pick that up? Usually, if you've forgotten and there's something being delivered, you'll get a notification, and maybe you can reach out to a friend from wherever you're lying on the beach and ask that friend to pick that up. Nothing says I'm home like a package sitting there on the porch. And of course, we don't want those packages to be swiped and disappear on us. Number three is to alert the neighbors. Always a good idea to let someone else know you're out of town. And if they see a moving van pulling your driveway and things come out, they'll know that's not my neighbor. Someone is up to some mischief. So just let the neighbors know that you're going to be gone and ask them to keep an eye out for things. And you can return the favor and do the same for them when they're going to be traveling. Number four is to arrange for plants. I'm not a very good plant owner, but I do have a couple of ferns that a dear friend fills my pots for me on my porch every year, and I try to make sure that every few days someone's going to tend to those as well. Number five is clean out the fridge. Now, no one wants to come home to things growing in your refrigerator and leftovers that smell terrible, and that's an easy thing to overlook. So I always try to just get rid of all the leftovers, and if there are things I just don't want to sit in the trash, I even just get a little double bag it and put things put a bag in a bowl, put all the leftovers or things that are marginal in there, seal it up, and put it in my freezer. And I freeze that before I leave town. And when I open my freezer door, anything that's wrapped up in a shopping bag, I know that just goes straight to the trash when I get home. But clean out your refrigerator so you don't have those surprises when you get home. And then take out the trash. You don't want anything in your trash can inside the house to start smelling when you're gone, and take it outside and get that trash taken out before you leave. Number seven is to do the laundry. You're going to come home with a lot of dirty laundry, and if you've got everything that's in the house dirty when you get there, well, my goodness, you don't want to come home and have to run out the next morning and find out you don't have underwear or you don't have anything to wear to work or what have you. So I try to have all my laundry that's dirty caught up, so that when I come back home with all that dirty laundry, I don't have double to do. So I do the laundry before I leave. Number eight is to run the dishwasher. You want to have clean dishes, just like you have clean laundry before you leave. And also, if the dishwasher has had dirty dishes in it, just sitting there for days on end, you don't want your dishwasher to have an unpleasant odor when you return home. Number nine is to set up a couple of different lights on a timer. It may be because I'm married to an engineer, but he always loves to do this. We have some different timers, and so you can have different lights set up in different parts of the house, or even maybe a radio to come on periodically and play some music, or have a timer go on to have a light come on. And it may be less important in the days that most of us have security systems, but if you don't have a security system, this might just be a way to let anyone driving by just believe that, oh, somebody's home, I'm not going to try to break in there. Might be a little paranoid, some of you may think, to suggest that one, but we did that for years before we had a security system. And then lastly, number 10 is to adjust the thermostat. There is no point keeping a house cooled in the summer while you're on the beach, or keeping it warmed up in the winter while you are skiing on the ski slope. So adjust your thermostat so that you're not paying unnecessarily high energy bills while you are off on vacation. Well, I hope one of those 10 tips is helpful for you from my before you leave town list. and I hope that you might consider printing this, giving it a whirl, and then leave us a note below and let us know if there's anything else that you would add to this list before you leave home that maybe some of the other subscribers would appreciate and something that I haven't thought of. So for Cross My Heart Ministry, I'm Laura McFarland coming to you today with not one, but 2 free downloads. Thanks for spending part of your day with us.